I'm Michael.
I'm Katie.
Welcome to our channel.
We are first generation landowners. We own roughly 65 acres. It is a tree farm. We cleared about 5 acres for the house that we built and for our garden. We purchased this property back in 2023. Our channel, we're just going to be trying to learn how to homestead and share with you our journey. We don't really have much experience besides things we've learned on YouTube and reading in books. So join us and we'll share the ups and the downs, our mistakes. That way you can maybe learn from us too. Or if you're thinking about getting into this, maybe our journey kind of helps you want to get your feet wet with homesteading. In this video, we will go ahead and do a tour of our property, a little bit of the property, and show you what we have going on right now in our garden. And then we might do a little bit of canning. We're new to canning too, so that'll be fun. You guys can learn with us as we're learning too. And then we need to order our sweet potato slips, right? We have about 2 weeks left before we can go ahead and get those in the ground. He broke his foot almost 8 weeks ago now, his heel. So he's been kind of down for the count right now. But we're getting it done. So join us along and follow us if you like us. And yeah, cool.
Ew. Matt. Look at that one. See here? It's really tall. Hi, Daddy, my queen.
So here is our garden. This year we had a test garden. This is the first time anything has been planted back here that wasn't planted pines since I think at least the 1970s that we know of, from the previous family we purchased the land from. So this is our squash, which is struggling hard right here. We've been getting a lot of rain this year. It's been rather wet this year. And this whole area is clay, and it is not really draining the water that well. So it's kind of affected a lot of our squash. And our soil, if you come over here, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. This whole side, and then from about midway down and up to the house, is all predominantly clay, and then it starts to, on that half and this way away from the house, starts to kind of turn into some more darker topsoil. And everything is thriving back there. Our tomatoes are doing really well. Our corn, I'm not sure if you can tell, our corn in the very back is about 8 or 9 feet tall, and then it drops. And it's about half the size up here, and this is all that clay up there. Right here we have some broccoli that we've already harvested, and we're letting it go to seed. We're going to try to save some seeds. It'll be our first year saving seeds except for our corn, which Michael has from his, I think it's his great-grandpa. I think it's an heirloom seed from the 1800s, I believe. And he actually had this corn seed saved in the deep freezer at his mom's house, I believe from 2001. And we didn't think it was going to come up, and we sprouted some indoors first just to see if it would even sprout, and it did. So we direct sowed it, and it's absolutely thriving right now. So our squash, we have zucchini, yellow crookneck, delicatas, patapans, and butternuts right here. Our delicatas couldn't hang with the rain. We've lost one butternut right there, or not a butternut, one patapan. Our yellow squash, they were struggling. They look like they're starting to come back a bit. And then our zucchini, we had to replant. And these ones are doing all right so far. We planted 3 more rows of squash on that side, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. So right here in these 2 raised beds, we have some cucumbers. We have some Japanese cucumbers, and they are absolutely thriving in here. Super prolific. And there's lots of bees. There's a honeybee in that one. Wow. Lots and lots and lots and lots of cucumbers on this guy. It's an awesome variety. It's drought and fungus resistant also. So, and this is our little trellis we're kind of making do this year because of Michael's foot being broken. We had some extra fencing, so we just didn't go buy cattle panels. We just use what we have right now. So it's getting the job done though, it's working. These two raised beds, we have some, these are called orange hat tomatoes. They don't get much bigger than this, and they produce just all these little tiny cherry tomatoes, which is pretty cool. Let's do this side real quick. This raised bed is loofahs. This is 2 loofah seeds. There's 2 seeds in here, and we planted 2 seeds in there. So just 4 cucumbers and then 2 loofahs. This is our first time growing loofahs too. So I'm kind of excited about that, and these things are massive. I haven't seen any flowers on them or anything, so I don't know when that's supposed to start. I have no idea, but these smell like peanut butter or like tahini or crushed sesame seeds. It's very interesting. But yeah, these guys are just, we need a bigger trellis for them because they're just wild. These are some volunteer wildflowers and chamomile that came up. So we've been kind of every couple of days picking these and dehydrating them so we can have some chamomile tea. 2 rows of okra here, and then we have 2 other rows on the other side of the corn over there. Let's walk past. These are some peppers, banana peppers, jalapeno peppers. Here's our butternuts, are doing pretty good. They're a little dirty from all the rain we've been having. We're gonna try to trellis these up next year instead of planting them in ground. And then our patapans, there's a few of them right down there. These are really fun and really tasty. Those guys are doing good. That one's ready to be picked right there. These are super prolific, really fun. They're absolutely delicious too. Here's some of our delicatas in there. Hiding. These 2 delicatas look like a watermelon. They're super round like a watermelon, but then this one is fine. All right, so here are our tomatoes. Back here, everything we've started from seed except for these 2 right here. Our neighbor about 1.5 miles down the road, that's our closest neighbor, he had a bunch of extra pink girls, so he gave them to us. We took them for him because he didn't have any more room. But yeah, the rest of these we have sun golds, pink bumblebees, super sweet aperitifs. Oh, and those Cherokee purples. We have 2 Cherokee purples. We did not start those from seed, but everything else we have. Just kind of, we didn't really plant our tomatoes this year. We had a bunch of seed that we got a couple years ago, so we just used that. Next year we're going to try to grow some paste varieties and see what we can do with that, which one grows here. We'll probably try San Marzano, Amish paste, and Roma, just to see which of the 3 kind of do better in our climate. We are in zone 8A. I'm not sure if we said that yet or not. And then we have a bunch of watermelons just kind of planted. I think we have 28 watermelons total. These ones back here we got from our neighbor too that gave us the pink girls. He didn't have any more room, so we took them in. This one's getting pretty big, which is cool. We've never grown watermelon before, so that's kind of fun. And then the rest of them all in the back here we started from seed. These are the Cherokee purples, which are loaded, and these are so super tasty. Gotta get trellis today. We got the rest of these T-posts up. It's been kind of challenging getting those done with my husband with a broken foot and a toddler. But we've been making do with the 3 of us. Here's some. There's lots of bees. And here is our corn. We're super proud of our corn this year. So, and you can see, I hope the camera can pick it up, how the soil is much more darker. And then as you get up here, it transitions back into that clay. You can see the corn is super tall, and then it kind of drops down a bit back here. And in between our corn, we have some stuff planted. We planted potatoes. These are red potatoes. And then we also have some sugar baby watermelons here and some here also. And then we have, I think these are called crimson watermelons. They are absolutely massive and taking over back here. I don't even know if there's even a watermelon on here, but it is, oh, there's a little tiny one for such a big plant. And these 2 rows are our okra. So our okra is so dramatic when it comes to cold weather. And like I'd said, this year has been very wet and rather mild compared to some previous years. So we had planted okra, and some survived, some didn't, so we had to replant. These big ones back here are the ones that really survived, but we also think because the soil drains better back here and is a lot darker. So we replanted, and this okra back here is thriving. I think we have some that we need to go ahead and pick, where they're getting close to needing to be picked. Oh yeah. Somewhere. They're kind of getting there. But anyway, so those survived. So then we replanted. This row actually was planted, and this is only about a half a row because we ran out of seed. At the same time, but these guys back here in this nice darker soil were drastically bigger compared to these little guys, and even some of these, and those are bigger, but the soil again is different, and then it gets that back down into the clay, and they're just so tiny and just not doing well. And then here's our corn. You can see this corn's only about maybe 2-3 feet tall compared to those 9-foot corn in the back, but the soil is just that really hard, dense clay, and it does not drain well. Okay, so here next to the okra and the other side of the corn, so the squash are over there, we planted 3 more rows to test this out to see if our squash do better over here compared to the clay. So we have 1 row of straight neck yellow, and then we have a row of zucchini, and then we have a row of patapans. I planted these, I think Monday or Tuesday this week. Today is Sunday. It's actually Father's Day today. So, and these are already up. Several of them are up. So there's zucchinis and our patapans. I think I went through here yesterday and counted, and we have, I think, 12 or 13 patapans, 7. I only had 8 more zucchini seed left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 of the 8 I planted are up, and then I think so far there was 7 or 8 yellow straight necks too. And then we just bought from the hardware store a couple of pepper plants to test these out too, because our peppers on the other side are really struggling to our bell peppers in that clay. So we just have some giant Marconis, these 2, and then just some green bells, just to kind of test and see if they handle it better over here. That has been the best deterrent to keep deer away for us. Over here, I have just planted some flowers, just to kind of test and see how they would do. I have baby's breath, which have just recently opened. This is my first time growing baby's breath, and I'm so pleased with it. I actually had 6 of these planted, but we have been, the only pest that we have been dealing with has been grasshoppers, and there had been hundreds of grasshoppers like this. All of these they just destroyed. So hopefully maybe this will kind of come up, but this one made it, which is cool. We try to do everything as mostly organic as we possibly can, because we have, you know, all of our good pollinators. We don't want to do anything that's going to harm our good pollinators, our bees and, you know, our butterflies or even our ladybugs. And so we don't use 7 dust or anything like that. So it's just been diatomaceous earth, some essential oil spray with some dish soap in it. But that's what we've been doing. But so then these are zinnias, ring of fire sunflowers, and mammoth sunflowers.
So we're ordering our sweet potato slips from George's Plant Farm.
The Tater Man.
TheTaterman.com. We got his information from Danny at Deep South Homestead. It seems to be the most reasonably priced sweet potato slips compared to Lowe's or your big box stores.
So we're going to do kind of a variety to see what we like the best, what we think is going to grow best. Like we said before, this is kind of our tester garden. Oh yeah, there's 2 in there. Take that one down.
So right now we have 25 plants of Beauregard, 25 plants of Bunch Puerto Ricans, 25 plants of O'Henrys. We just went ahead and added 12 plants of Okinawan.
Yeah, that's the limit. They don't let you order more than 12 of the Okinawan.
Works out to be $1 a slip.
$1 a slip, $1.10.
$1.10
roughly a slip. That's not too bad though. And we're just kind of doing a variety and seeing what we like the best, what we think is going to grow the best too.
Hey, hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get a notification when we come out with our next video.
Be on the lookout for our next video. Hopefully I'll be out of the cast and we'll be tearing some dirt up with a John Deere and planting some sweet potatoes.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.